A nice jam.
Yeah. So we're live on YouTube, and I hope that we're live on Kick as well. I am trying to um, go with the Kick thing, but I don't know.
No.
It's just this is just kind of like a testy test. See
Well,
if
I mean, you're hedging your bets.
yeah, yeah,
That's a joke about kick and
yeah,
gambling.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry there, Marcus Felix Gator is in jail.
What?
If you saw the did you see the the thumb the
Yeah, I didn't
thumbnail?
realize he was in jail. I just thought he was, maybe at a hearing or maybe some, congressional hearing, that he was dressed up for.
Well, he went to the UK to grab
Oh,
some magic potions and such like that from some gypsy people or whatever
that
he
makes
he said
sense.
some really weird words that are probably very offensive. But
You just probably
speak
mispronounced some French words,
he probably
probably.
did, and that probably landed him in jail.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, like that time that those Korean people were saying their own word and they kept getting banned off Twitch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
A false imprisonment. Well, it is the
Yeah.
UK, so um,
Yeah.
they
Well,
they do not like their free speech. Even though
no.
a while back, remember the prime minister was like very adamant when someone like asked about free speech, and Trump was all like, it's like, I don't know what the other place says about the free speech.
Yeah.
And the prime minister's like, us here in the UK, we love our free speech. We invented free speech, and then
Yeah.
they arrest a ton of people for offending people.
Speaking, right?
Yeah, for speaking. It's
Well,
like
I guess
it's like
maybe you have
um
to. Maybe it's like a television license. Like it's not free speech, but it's
yeah.
included with the payment plan.
I don't know if they actually know what free speech is, right? Um, there was
I
that
don't know.
the Scottish gentleman streamer by the name of Count Dankula. Um,
What happened?
yeah, he taught his little pug boy. That was a long time ago. The poor
Yeah.
pug the pug has passed on actually.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, yeah, dogs don't
Oof.
live forever, but
But they'll
um,
go to heaven.
yeah, yep. And that little pug is now doing a Nazi salute in heaven now because
Zig.
it's passed on. But yeah, that was like one of the first times I was just like, wait, what? People can people can get arrested for offending a group of people? What the
I
hell?
mean, I honestly, if that was here in America, we'd all be in jail probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to Gator? Um, he called someone a muppet. Yeah. Yeah, and in Britain, I
Wow.
guess Britain, it's an offensive term to call someone a muppet.
Wow. He
Um,
was he was using his word though. I mean, it's
yeah,
kind of weird.
that's our word.
I mean,
That's
our word.
yeah, that's our word. We can call people a muppet all we want,
Yeah. Yeah.
cause yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's a similar situation. He was with a bunch of people, and there's
Mm-hmm.
one person that was like, I'm gonna bring it on screen.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah. It's on a little short, but um, let's play it here.
But are you body cam one? Are you recording? Can you identify yourself, please? All
It's a little low, but that's okay.
870.
Sergeant
1823.
1823.
Yeah. Put your hands to your back then.
Is this really
Is
necessary?
that better?
At the
Yeah,
minute,
better.
we don't know if you're carrying anything that might harm us. We don't know anything about you.
Oh, that's
I
okay.
can't see your face, so just out of precaution.
All right, let me just.
So, we
Oh wow, they don't know anything about him. Let's see.
Interesting.
Let me
end
just
up.
speak. That's a fair comment. I'll let you have that.
All right, yeah.
But I don't have anything what's going to harm you.
Everybody says that to us, don't they, mate?
And I'm
You know what I
actually
Yeah.
just going to go in lobby because it's a beautiful lobby.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some because I ain't got any stills. I'm
My
going to take
colleague's
some
going to tell you
stills and then I'll
the
go in.
circumstances for why you're being arrested.
Am I being arrested
So
or
the
being
allegations.
detained?
Been arrested.
I haven't said the caution.
Arrested?
Yeah.
Well, what have I done wrong?
Did you hear the caution?
Follow public order.
Do you know the
Right.
caution again, or are you?
Well, what have I done? Tell me what I've done.
There's been a member of the public who you've apparently been shouting at and calling him a muppet.
Right, I'm up it. Yeah, and
You caused him alarm and distress.
She's very upset
right.
about it.
Well, I'm good.
And that's it. Wow.
Alarming distress as for being called a muppet.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm getting here?
Yeah, that's what I've gotten. You can arrest people for calling someone a Muppet. That's
Your
right.
your microphone's kind of getting roboty.
Oh, is it?
Or-
It
yeah.
shouldn't. No, I have the right mic on.
Now it's doing some weird stuff.
How does it sound now?
Much better.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I had it set up a while ago, and it was probably just like, I don't know. Sorry about
Yeah.
that. Please don't
No.
arrest me for my poor mic.
Well, I couldn't understand you, so it was garbled. So I'll give you a pat. Wait, I'm not a British cop.
You sure?
I mean, okay, so I get the distinction, right? So I am a friendly neighborhood puppet penguin sheriff, and I do peruse and patrol the parasocial networks, right? But that doesn't mean I'm trying to, find fault with everybody. I mean, isn't that, I don't know. There's people who are more bored on Twitter that do that every day.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. There are some people that that like to comment too much on Twitter, and
Yeah.
there are some people who enjoy our freedoms of the First Amendment and all that
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Freedom
No.
of speech.
I don't think they would call us a Muppet, though.
Well,
No.
I mean,
You think-
in America, I mean, it's different, right?
Is it?
I don't know. I think so.
Nope.
Okay.
I was going to bring someone on, but they're doing something right now.
Okay.
But maybe I can bring them on right now.
Oh, there's a couple of Muppets here. Look at
Whoa!
Hold up. You wanna step out of our show as a guest, and you wanna come in and call us
You bloody
the M word? The M word?
More Muppets.
No, sir. So here's the thing. I can say to my friend who's next, "What's up, my Muppet from another puppet?"
Yeah,
right?
what up, my Muppet? What up,
Yeah,
my Muppet?
and it's cool, right? Yeah, we could use the M word, but you,
Yeah.
Got your
okay. You know
Muppets.
what, Snacks,
Yeah,
you're right.
What's wrong with you, bitch ass Muppet ass?
I think I need to detain this guy.
Hey, Henry,
Maybe I need to
what the
actually
Muppets are
arrest
doing
him
here?
because he's offending us. We're
Yeah,
here
yeah,
on our show.
I am grossly offended, and I am distressed.
I'm
Yes.
citing you for disorderly conduct and
Yeah.
Disorderly conduct.
and offensive speech. Because
offensive
see,
speech.
I have
Yeah.
my First Amendment.
Oh shoot,
Right.
you got you there, Guadi.
I got my First Amendment shirt.
and he's
right.
gonna back it up with his Second Amendment if you're not careful. You gotta be careful there. Oh shoot.
Yes, you see that
Oh, no.
Second Amendment protects the first one.
oh well, I guess
So
we're going.
you
there.
Muppets.
Dang it. Dang it. My goodness, so much hate speech over here.
I know I've used the M word so many times tonight. I've never used the M word that many
Oh my
times in
goodness.
one night. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you know what? Now that I trying to be a cooler head, let cooler head prevail.
Yeah.
And I know I've said a lot on my own channel that I respect freedom of speech and all that stuff. So I'll let you talk, and you know what? I'll try to grin and bear it. I hope you can try to be a little more respectful on our show in our house. But if you want to
sir.
bury yourself with your free speech, go for it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Snowdub's in the house.
Snowdub
Well-
is in the house. What's up, Snowdub? Apparently he's gonna stream a little early, so
Yeah.
I might pop on Puppety or maybe not Puppety.
Yeah.
I am gonna be just Puppet. No Gator tonight. Sorry, everyone who loves Gator, but Gator's a little too
having a
crass
sabbatical?
for the subjects that we will be
Yep.
discussing.
Yeah.
Because speaking of freedom of speech, right?
Yeah.
We had a one member of politics, you will, in conservative circles.
Yeah.
The Turning Point USA, was it USA Turning Point?
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
it
Turning
was.
Point USA.
Yep,
The guy
Charlie
that-
Kirk.
Yeah, the guy that went around to college campuses and places
Yeah.
got permits to speak in their free speech area, right? And,
Yep.
and just challenge kids,
Yeah.
and have conversations about what they believe and what they've accepted. And as far as I can tell, they were very,
Mostly cordial. Yeah, mostly
yeah, very
cordial.
cordial, calm, right? That he was trying to be respectful and trying
Start
to
a dialogue.
Yeah. Now, every once in a while, he was a little snarky and a little conceited at once in a while.
Yeah.
But when you get into like in so many debates, sometimes you can tell when he's like 100% a person of good faith in the argument, and then you could tell and sometimes it's adverse. Sometimes it's him being.
Yeah, and a lot of times
Sometimes it's a lot of antagonizing people, though. It's a lot of people who are just wanting to antagonize him.
right. So
He has to
there's
roll up a lot of punches. Oh, go ahead.
I feel like there's times, and we don't see the whole clip, but I'm sure there's some back and forth, and certain
Oh, yeah.
conversations sort of escalate with different people. So when things get a little bit more aggressive, being snarky and pushing back as opposed to being mean, or you know what I mean? Like we're all
I do.
people here, so.
I mean, I did kind of want to go to one of those events just to see it like unfiltered, to kind of get my eye around things, because let's be honest, everything that I'm seeing off his like YouTubes and all those clips and quips and all that stuff, it's edited, it's cherry picked, and it's either like this was a great debate, which those are awesome clips, and then this is like, and then the rest of it's just rage baity. Very rage baity.
So I'd be kind of interesting how it all played out too, because, well,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, even still though, there's definitely a place for that, and it's not like he's the first person to go around and ask questions to young college kids.
What's his name? Steven Crowder used to do that.
Right. I mean, I was kind of half a mind to suggest a thumbnail of sitting out on a college campus. Someone that says "change my mind," but it seemed a little bit too soon.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, and Steven Crowder was lucky that no one actually decided to aggress it more than the occasional like freak out screaming. Like a couple people like try to like push fight him, but nothing that crazy with the change my mind people. And even the Charlie Kirk, some people got a little handsy. They take his hat. He was a little too comfortable. He was a little too comfortable, but unfortunately, nothing really bad happened until this afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, what's being taught in colleges is Saul Alinsky and George Orwell. You repeat a lie over and over and over and over again. These professors, these kids' brains are being turned into tapioca pudding, and they don't know how to think for themselves or ask questions. They just yabba dabba do on the Flintstones when they all made all them Freds. Yabba dabba do, like one of us. So there's no critical thinking.
Yeah, and then like I said, there's also the Howard Zinn's History of America that's been taught for like the last 30, 40 years.
If you propagate enough, people start to go in step. You know what I mean?
Like, when did that happen last? Late 1930s, I think. Remember the,
what would you know about it? Yeah, big no, not joking.
Yeah.
but
you still Muppet.
Yes. Oh God, here we go again with the Muppet.
If he says that one more time, we're gonna kick him.
But right. No, don't worry.
Don't tuck and roll me.
No, you're good. You're good. But
Wrong
seriously, and they would use the adverse effect. They would call everyone like that who said something that disagrees with the LGBT community. Well, they would call them the N-word.
Yeah, the Yahtzee.
Yeah, the Yahtzee. 100%.
Yahtzee.
Yahula Hogan.
And let's be honest. Legit Yahtzees deserve to pay for their war crimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Legit.
But they're all gone now. All gone now.
So I feel like
I'm called the Yahtzee because I support. And how can I be a Yahtzee? of me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That would
I
be kind
remember
of an
like
oxymoron.
I don't know. I've seen what you eat. You're not totally kosher. Hmm.
No, I'm not kosher. No, I don't keep kosher.
Yeah,
No, I'm not. No, I
Oh,
ate
boy.
pork when I was on. I ate pork.
Yeah.
And I ate clams.
Those are good.
Lobster too.
Sorry, Pugwaddle, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Franklin.
remember exactly. But first, I was gonna say, like, I remember, when I was, in college on campus, and it wasn't a huge, like, a
Yeah.
big draw campus, right? But
Yeah.
we definitely had people that showed up in the free speech area and had their permits and walked around, and sometimes they were political, sometimes they were religious, and started shouting at kids to try to engage, rage bait engagement sort of thing, and trying to get some big conversation, get a crowd so other people would join. And sometimes
Yeah.
I sit and listen for a little while, and then they'd see me kind of standing off to the side and be like, "Hey, what you doing, Muppet?" And try to call me out
Oh,
and be like, "No, you just
dang.
talk. I'm not taking the bait, whatever." But
Yeah.
to me, the whole thing, like the conversation, it just
Yep.
like I was gonna say also, like, the rhetoric issue. Like, I mean, this is kind of, isn't there something to do with some of even the lawsuit that Trump's had with some of the networks and certain things and certain words and certain things being said that's
Oh yeah.
they want to say it's inciting violence, when we're going back to the same comments from
Yep.
5 or more years ago, about wanting to hit somebody in the face just because they exist and you don't like them, you
Oh
don't like what
yeah.
they stand for, right? Like,
Yeah. That was
eh,
a big, like, 2017, I want to say. There was a lot of people like, it's okay to punch Nazis in the face
yeah,
and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, yeah, I guess it is.
but
But what's
what's
your definition? Because
right? Yeah,
I don't want to be punched in the face and you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back, and trust me, I know how to fight.
right.
Yeah.
It. I mean, and the thing is, I hate to say it like this, but I'm curious how many times they're going to play the video of today's, right? Or if they're
Yeah.
going to
Oh,
try to censor it and not play it, versus
yeah.
the bus attack or the train attack that happened last week, right?
Oh yeah, the subway. What was it? Subway car? I know it was a
Subway,
train. Yeah.
a Ukrainian immigrant and another
Oh yeah,
immigrant,
that poor lady just out
right?
of no. That was another, like, out of nowhere. There was a
It's
Right,
lot of
sick.
people sitting there, right? And
Not
unfortunately,
doing nothing.
it's
right.
for the black community, they failed
Mhm.
twice. One of your own
Well,
did the
this is
thing,
this is an
and
immigrant too, right?
oh
The
yeah, this
guy
is an
stabbed
immigrant
her.
too. It's a white immigrant, so it doesn't
No,
count,
no, no. I'm
right?
talking about the guy, the actual guy, the aggressor, the violent one.
Oh no,
What?
I think it was an American. He was just kind of
Oh,
he
okay.
was wayward. He was homeless because his mother kicked him out after, like, the 14th time he got arrested and jailed.
Okay. So yeah, he'd been arrested a few times. He had
Oh
a
yeah.
history of
Oh
violence,
yeah,
like
like 16
movie.
times
So
or something like that. It was
stabbing
something.
this girl was going to make his problems all go away.
Yeah, and
Right.
let's be honest.
Unbelievable.
Let's be honest. Like, if I was sitting next to next to her, like, on my phone and whatnot, she
Mhm.
still would have died. Or no, maybe not died, but she still would have got stabbed severely.
Right.
What really sickened me is
The
no one
aftermath.
tried to, like, see what happened to her. They all just, like, saw that happen, saw the bleeding knife right there. No one
Mhm.
bothered to help her. They
Right.
just,
Stop
like,
the bleeding.
let me get out of the
Administer
way.
some first aid.
I don't want to associate with myself.
Like,
And I'm just like,
yeah,
no one
it's
wanted to stop the bleeding. What?
right.
That should have been the
There's
first
like
thing.
the good
Yeah.
Samaritan is gone out the window. It's one thing, like, because we've had people, and I know we're trying to trail off, but it's kind of all connected, right? There's
Oh
some
yeah.
people that got in trouble for trying to uh, go after the aggressor. Other times, they tried to basically
Honestly,
take them to court, right? But
I would have stopped the bleeding and then told someone to call 911 if I,
right,
Exactly.
but
that's
even if it's like, okay, it's even if what they teach sometimes in when you're working a store. If there's somebody stealing, don't try. Loss of human life isn't worth it. So
Yeah.
To make sure they get on camera, make sure you note who they are, and you can kind of tell the cops. But
Oh, yeah.
don't interact and don't intercede in a way that causes you harm or them harm, right? So there's that.
Unless they're an active threat that
right.
threatening towards you. Obviously,
Right.
Yeah, you should definitely interdict from there.
But
you
what
see
I'm trying to say is,
oh, go ahead.
what I'm trying to say is, like, okay, so you don't want to interact with a violent person. I get that, right? We all want to save our own hide, right? We
Yeah.
don't know what they're capable of. Something horrendous happened. But like you said, but rendering aid to somebody when the threat is past, or just being like, it's none of my business, right? It's weird.
Yeah, no
It's
one
just
bothered to
sickening.
help her.
It's an indictment on our society of how
It is. It is.
It's a big indictment how you can't just go down there and see someone and just do someone's gonna die, man, unless you get your hands in that wound.
I mean,
right.
I don't mean to be
it's a
emphatic
weird
about it,
scenario
but it
where-
really bothers me.
I'm
okay.
gonna hit a rant a little bit if you don't mind.
Sure,
Go for it.
It's like so a lot of people were comparing this to the Daniel Penny guy, right?
Yeah.
The scenario,
Mhm.
the Marine who choked out the violent
Right, that's what I
guy
was
on the
getting at.
train.
Yeah.
Daniel Penny was a Marine, right?
Mhm.
And he saw a scenario that kind of needed to be quelled, and he stopped the craziness before anything bad would happen. And even in the Marine Corps, I'm not sure about the Army, but I'm sure the Army's got that too. Where you see something happen, you see someone get
You nip it in the bud.
yeah, you A, nip it in the bud, or B, you see one of your fellow comrades, or I don't want to say comrades, but
Yeah.
your fellow soldiers or Marines or sailors, what have you not. You gotta go to them. You gotta assess their wound, stop
Mhm.
the bleeding.
Mhm.
Apply a tourniquet, maybe not on the neck, but you gotta apply pressure pretty hard.
But yes, you want to apply pressure, and you want to if it's on the leg, you want to put the tourniquet above the wound.
Yeah, and you call the corpsman or you call the medic
Immediately as you're
immediately.
checking to see doing your thing. Someone should be calling for help immediately. While you're trying to stop the bleeding.
One of the thing I do find
shock and
interesting,
all that shit.
like I remember in school and some places, right, that CPR and at least immediate first aid was kind of taught often enough, or
They
there's
don't teach
certain
that
jobs
in
that you
college
have
anymore.
Well, yeah, and
Or
certain
even high school.
jobs you have that they actually require you to take classes, but for the multiple masses out there, like they don't even think about it. It's like when you see on YouTube the commercials of whatever is that like thing to help people from when they OD, they're just like, just carry a few, you could save a life, because people
Narcan.
are probably going to OD, so
Oh, yeah.
you should be responsible for saving them. And it's kind of like, okay, if we're putting an emphasis on some random stranger that's ODing, or maybe your friend's OD'd at a party, and you should be responsible to carry the things to save them because you don't want to lose a life, and there's some weight of responsibility in that, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes down to these things of like an actual crime, an actual this sort of thing was happening, people are like, nah, it's not a friend ODing, so I'm not interested, right? That's kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean,
I just
now that's another thing about the Charlie Kirk scenario. If I was standing like right next to him, maybe I was one of his aides or helpers or whatnot, and a bullet flies and hits him in the neck, I'm ducking for cover, because yeah, the Trump shooter fired multiple times. This shooter, it was one shot, one kill,
one hit.
Yeah, one hit, and that's the most like that's a sniper's. That's what a sniper wants. He wants one shot and gets out of there.
And I want to talk about situational awareness. That's also been a conversation, but I also want to say hi to the chat. Right,
of course.
Right,
because who do you want to say hi to? We got David Glenn saying hi.
Hey.
To Salty Texas Sea, and the lovely Sherry.
Yes.
I wanted to say, well, I
It
want
was
to say
hard
hi
to
to,
watch. Yeah,
obviously
I
say
seen it
hi to
like
Sherry,
twice.
but it's good to see you, Salty. Thanks for stopping in, and you've got some
Yeah.
great points.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no, Salty's been on fire in the
yeah,
chat, and very good points.
no, we appreciate you being here and spitting what you do. I was gonna make a joke, but it was poor taste right now.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Shakespearean, it's great to see you. Waiting for another sonnet or something.
Yeah. Let's see. Crowbar with the skull. Her first mistake was bringing her back to the
and that's where I want to bring up the situational
Yeah.
awareness factor, because I
Oh,
mean, and like I think there's a few more people in the chat. Maybe I'm
Salty
wrong.
traveling.
Yeah, Salty Traveling C. Good guy.
Marcus Felix is in the house. Joseph Frost
David
as well.
Glenn.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all
Marcus
guys being
Felix we saw a couple times. He wants
Right.
Gator free.
That's
Gator's in
true.
jail for today.
Make
So
sure y'all smash the like button too for Gator here,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and share this thing on share.
Old Sid. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
new one.
what's up, Bolton? Like
What's old Sid?
the situational awareness on the train is one thing. Yeah, when you're kind of around people that you don't know. I mean, I think that's why some of the trains have the sideways seats, so nobody's really behind you.
Yeah.
And so, and there's some of that, and like, I don't know, right? It's hard to fault her for just, because that's the thing. And that's the unfortunate thing, right? When it comes to that sort of thing, they say they look for people who are kind of zoned out, not paying attention, isolated, right? Easy targets. So there's definitely things you can do, like like standing up in front of the tiger or bear and filling your arms that make you a little bit less.
Yeah.
But when it comes to on today's thing, right? What's the situational awareness there?
I mean, everyone is glued to their phone, especially if they're on a monotonous train ride somewhere. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
thought you were gonna say relationship. Ha! Just kidding.
It's clearly I'm not gonna make any jokes about that about the poor lady who passed away as well. But yeah, everyone's kind of glued to their phone, and the guards are like all the way down. I'm staring at my phone, and someone just like puts you in a rear naked choke, and it's like, what's going on? It's like, hey, I'm your friend. Okay, especially as guys' friends. Some people will do that. Depending how rowdy your friends are. And then you'll have psychopaths who will do what that sick did to that poor Ukrainian lady. It's just,
I mean, it's like a darkness has descended on us on the planet. It's like, I hate to, like, if you're a person of faith, in my opinion, God's warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah.
He's winding up.
I mean, it's definitely one of those times where it kind of feels like, well, I mean, like I said, if you're a person of faith, that people get left to their own decisions and their own devices, and even Rush said, "I will choose free will," but free will gets you in a lot of places, right? Mm-hmm. Free will has the option to, well, we're seeing what free will has done. I mean, it's and like, well, Salty was saying, it was an intentionally chosen round for, cartridge for purposes.
Mm-hmm.
It's again, it goes back to some of the rhetoric, the sort of like when I mean, they say, Elon Musk said that we're the new media, but people still are paying attention to CNN, Fox, and all those guys.
Oh yeah,
and they are spewing hate beyond.
Some of them are just
it.
Some of them are just like
it.
And some of them are just canceled.
Some of them are just kind of like pulling out the news and stuff like that, and they're using buzzy words, like leftist buzzy words, being like, "Oh, he's a far rightist person." How about he was a father? How about he was a Christian man who loved his family, nation.
Right?
He loved his family and his nation, and
instead of trying to tell people what to think, he just he brought up
Wanted to
facts
start a
and
dialogue.
questions.
Yeah, the
They wanted
dialogue.
to start a dialogue between
'Cause
to the other side to get them to
I-
understand the thing. Go
I
ahead,
want to
sorry,
say
Paul.
this, and
Go ahead.
and for you guys here and the few guys in the audience, because
Yeah.
how many people on YouTube, on everywhere, and this is why I respect people like the Shag Troth too, who did this for a little while,
Oh yeah.
right? Because they say, well, you gotta just be able to be calm, sit down, and talk with the other side, and like have a conversation, right? You have to have some sort of goodwill, good intention, and stop the just putting up the walls and being divisive. That's what the guy lived by in a lot of ways. This sort of
Yeah.
his whole thing going around talking. And you're right. Sometimes he probably got a little heated and a little snarky, but who doesn't? But
Sometimes
his main goal wasn't to tell people why they were wrong. It was have a conversation and help them think, right? And as a sociologist, I respect that a lot, right?
Yeah, and I felt bad with some of the people that he would debate because some of the people that he debated, they were lost children, very much
Yeah.
lost children, and they won't grow up because they are on the Peter Pan freaking land of Neverland, right?
and it's
they need to
unfortunate.
they need to stop with the fairiness and get back to reality, you know?
And sometimes that's when you have, and this is the whole thing, right? This is one of the lost aspects of having a conversation, right? So you have a conversation, a difficult conversation with somebody, they challenge your beliefs, and I remember in the day where you'd actually sit down and actually think about what happened, right? Ponder, kind of peruse, instead of just getting on your phone to, to reinforce or validate your own feelings and opinions and just slough it off. You actually say,
Yep.
was there anything to this? Can I grow as a person? Right. And so you have this, and like I said, sometimes the hard push and well, going back to the whole anonymity of the stranger, right? It's hard
Oh, yeah.
to be too pushy and too angry, and when it feels like you're being talked down to by somebody that doesn't know you, you're not really gonna be interested in what they have to say. Now if they seem to like they understand you and they're getting stern with you, but they actually kind of get where you're at, that's gonna hit home a bit, right? And so it's not easy to know exactly, and the highlight clips aren't gonna really show all that,
Oh yeah.
nonverbal, that personal interaction. But it takes a lot more work to talk to somebody in person than it does to
Yeah.
tweet online all day, and I have a lot of respect for that, because I mean, we definitely need more of it. But what
Yeah.
I'm getting at is the people that
Yeah.
do that get tossed to the wolves by both sides, because they're like,
Oh yeah.
well, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why don't you just stay home and be a tweeting warrior like the SJWs that we made fun of 20 years ago, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
but that gets where we are here. So how do you win? How do you go forward? It's
all about traction and all the it's how loud you can state your statements. I mean, everyone's trying to propagate their own views and stuff like that. And
yeah,
let's be honest, the Ben Shapiro Thug Life compilations were pretty popular.
yeah.
Were they very did they do us any good? A little, but
I mean, yeah.
for others, they it kind of boldened them to be like, oh, this is the enemy, which
And
it's
I
not.
get that it's a rhyming scheme, but that's also kind of why Louder with Crowder is so catchy, because like you said, it's all like, and for me, I've never liked the whole concept of just being louder and talking over people, right?
Oh,
It
yeah.
makes you right, makes you better, makes you, if you're being heard, you're more important, because so often, and this goes kind of back to the Keanu Reeves comment that I'd like to go back to, where he gets quoted
Yeah.
saying like, I've gotten to the age where if you say 2 + 2 is 5, sure, whatever. I'm not gonna try to change your mind. I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. It's really not worth the time and effort.
Yeah.
But there are times when you actually have to speak up, and there are times where you have to say stuff, because there's the trolling and there's the dumb conversations. But when the quiet people just don't know what to do and try to do stuff and try to have conversations, and they get frustrated, they even turn into hermits, or they just get bitter, and like, we have people in this world that are willing to help and willing to do something. But if we keep pushing them out, right, and we just keep going with the meta of you got to be polarized and angry to matter. There's people that are really important and really impactful that you're just missing.
Yeah. I was never a big fan of going to colleges to debate with the students and stuff like that. And sometimes the faculty will pop out. I didn't mind that, but it's like a kid's got like 6 different freaking science classes, and now you want to debate them with social issues. And I'm like,
okay, well, I will say this, being that I haven't been on. Well, let's just say, like, there's a lot of times you got those liberal arts majors. You've got the kids who are making,
liberal arts major. Yeah, just talk about sociology.
Well,
now.
you've got kids that are taking 12 to 15 hours, right?
Yep.
Half of them are slacking off, especially if it's their first or second year in the intro classes. And yeah, you got to study for science for the test, but there's a lot of them that are just doing the social thing, hanging out on campus, trying to do all the events, maybe being a frat, maybe being in some social club, right? They're
college things, yeah.
I mean, but they're trying to like just kind of live in this community, live in this space, right? And then, I mean, honestly, some of the hacky sack and yokels, right?
Yeah.
And then there's somebody be like, "Hey, let's talk about why you believe what you believe." All right, dude, let's have a chat. I know I just kind of made that into a 70s sort of bit, but
I'm just hindsightly. I just wish more of the people were prepared.
Well, I mean that's the whole thing is you go to where they're being, and I hate to use the word, but indoctrinated. You go to the place where it's just things are being stated casually, like they're just fact, and then you talk to them about what's casually fact, and then all of a sudden you challenge what they've been taught that's maybe not casual and maybe not fact, and you have a chance of, before they're basically jaded, bitter, and hardened in their ways, because you want to talk to like a 25-year-old, you want to talk to a 30-year-old who like knows everything. It's kind of funny how we used to say that teenagers know everything and they can't be told what to do and they're smarter than their parents.
Now that I'm in my 30s, I know that I don't know everything.
Yeah, but
maybe that makes me somewhat wise, but yeah.
But I mean, there's also the 30-year-olds that got reinforced that think they're even more super brainiac than they were when they were 16.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You're talking about like the Hassan Piker dum-dums of the
I
world.
won't discuss when I was 16 because it was way back.
Yeah, statute of limitations means I probably can't arrest you for that, but still.
Well, when I went into the Marine Corps, I was just turned 19, right? And everyone's all like, "Don't you get brainwashed, okay? Be our lovely, lovely person." In hindsight, you know what I say? I say, "Good. I'm glad I got brainwashed. It's better than going to college and getting brainwashed over there." Holy smoke! Some of my friends, some of the wackadoodle freaking politics that they spew out.
Well, it's
just.
And then I know
I might be a little late, but I thank my senior drill instructor. Thank you, sir.
I almost thank my parents sometimes too. But it's like, yeah, and this is a conversation I've been having with some other friends, off and on, and what it is, it's like, okay, so some of us have our ear to the ground, just kind of paying attention to our social surroundings, our community, the politics and things, because maybe we're not involved, and maybe we're not active, but we're at least paying attention to the climates, right?
Yeah.
And then you try to have a conversation with people you've known for a while, people in college or after college, and they have a family now and they're kind of doing their thing, and it's like, "Punk, I don't want to talk about this," or they've already kind of gone crazy to one direction or the other, and you bring stuff up and it's just like, "Oh geez, I don't want to talk about politics with you." But other ones are like, "Well, my life has started. That was fun to do in college and high school and talk about stuff. But this stuff doesn't affect me. It's not important. I'm just trying to deal with my local stuff." And I get that to a point that's fair. But then 5 years later, when their kids are growing up, and then all of a sudden they're going nuts about all politics and overreacting, saying, "Where was all this? How did this happen?" It's like, well, we tried to talk about it when it was happening, and you said it didn't matter, and now you just gone reactionary, and I don't know how to talk to you anymore.
It doesn't matter until they see the consequences hitting them in the face.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is why talking to the youth, right? The youths, and challenging the
Youths.
things
These
that
youths.
are
We are
yeah. That we're
the
pod
youth
people.
of the nation.
I was a pod person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's another thing I've seen a lot of people do. It's just like they didn't assassinate Charlie Kirk because he was Christian. They didn't assassinate him because he was conservative. They assassinated him because he was effective. And I
You
mean,
hit the nail right on the head, my friend.
yeah,
You hit
I've
that-
seen a
that's
lot of people
exa-
do it, and I was thinking the same thing. You know,
I see him being president one day. I saw him actually being president someday. That's how much
it's possible.
he scared people.
It's
He
possible.
scared the crap out of them because he had that much momentum. The kid was brilliant, and not
He
to
just
mention
had four more years to go. He could have been
Mhm.
35 running
But
as
yep.
president. He could have
Yeah.
honestly, no, he would have missed it. He would have
I
missed
mean,
it.
JD Vance is a kind of he's got the
Yeah, everyone's saying
Yeah.
JD Vance is the replacement, but I think he would have been just a bit shy on the presidential ticket of because you have to be 35, right? To be president.
something like that. So, but
35.
he was working
he
his
would have been a
way
little
to
young.
be somebody very. I mean, he was already respected, and if he had
State
Yeah.
rep,
old was he?
legislator.
Hell, I don't.
how old was Charlie?
He was 31. He was gonna be 32, I think.
Yep,
Okay.
32.
You know, they do say that's the peak, right? Of of kind of where your brain's at.
Yeah,
Function.
the thing said 1993 to 222 this year. So that would make him 32. But I don't know if he had his birthday yet, so he was probably technically 30. So yeah, he would have been old enough. Yeah, he would have been old enough in 4 years.
He has
Okay.
a bright future. He would have had a bright future in politics, and
Oh, yeah.
actually been one of those, keep the swamp clean type of guys too.
He had
I
a
could
bright
see that.
future.
I mean, he
did.
wasn't just trying
Yeah,
to do the
he
YouTube
was having
thing,
it.
or
It was-
Yeah, he
It
was
was-
having it. Sorry.
because
he
I mean,
had
It was.
he started that thing when he was 18, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And he had other foundations. He's been working. He's been very proactive for a long time. He
was-
did the groundwork, literally.
Well, he had good connections, I guess. He was on Fox and Friends when he was 22. Shoot.
Okay.
Laura Ingraham was pretty broke up tonight when because she had him on the other day. He was on with her the other day.
Yeah, the only connections I had when I was 22 is hooking up to the F-18, trying to figure out what was wrong with the plane.
Fair enough.
Do
I mean, and
you hear me,
honestly,
sir? Do you hear me? Shh.
And
Mr.
to be
Computers in the
fair,
car.
we need those people too. Like Charlie, like I said, from an early age, he kind of had an idea. He knew what he was going for. He was more focused and direct than a lot of the youths of today. And
He was so locked in.
like we need people like that, but we also need people that if you don't know exactly what you're doing, that you're doing something important and trying to make things work and trying to help other things work, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, we got another fleshy in the. So it's 2v2 with the puppets and fleshies. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Tucker Verse.
Hey, Tucker.
What's going on, my good man?
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Hear you
Can
loud
you hear
and
us?
clear. Yeah, it's like I'm hooked up to the F-18. Can you hear me, sir? Shh, shh.
I'm flying here.
Yeah, Mike's good. Mike's good.
Can you
I don't
not
know
hear us?
Does he hear us? Probably. I don't know.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. It's okay. That's all right.
All right.
Well, I'm sure he'll figure out the audio output pretty soon, but
1 second, guys.
Okay.
that's okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
So as we were talking, the situation, it happened blue, and it was super public because it was one of those those moments of of people that So
I was
the
I was
reactions have been. It's tough to say the reactions were mixed, right? I want to say most people have the right reaction.
Well,
Okay, most
let's
people
talk
have.
about you have real people, real life people, right?
Yeah.
On social media, on all that stuff, and then you have the news with their talking points, right? I think the real
yeah.
people are saying like, this is horrible, this is tragic, and then
You would think that, but there were. I have Reddit, so sometimes I roll through Reddit because
okay,
there's a couple communities I like. There's a Gunplug community,
oh yeah,
the
that's a good one.
unsub community. Those guys are great, but
Mhm.
a lot of people on Reddit and TikTok. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
Like
It's annoying.
vile people. Like
Oh,
I mean,
they're sick.
like what's wrong with you? Like mommy and where's daddy? Is daddy coming home? No. You think about that before you just go Charlie Kirk. I'm so happy. No, those are evil people.
I mean,
It's sick.
David Glenn's right. Reddit's just a little bit above 4chan at this point, depending on which subreddit you're on.
That is true.
I mean, Discord's a little bit better sometimes, just depending on what side you're on.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Tumblr is still real, but I remember Tumblr was a toxic.
I thought
leftist
Tumblr
sludge.
shut down and they all went to X, and that's why it got
I don't know.
inundated with smut.
Oh Lord, I don't have Blue Sky, but oh my
No, thank
God, I don't even want to peek into Blue Sky because I'm just gonna see just communist red just laughing at freaking the disposition of the situation. I'm just because a lot of people are just laughing and gleeful. Even people in the media, the disgraced Don Lemon,
He should be fired on the spot.
he's already gone. He's just he's doing his own independent thing, trying to make ends meet with his freaking laughable show. And when he was reading it, like he was trying to keep a straight face. I know he's gay, but he was like on the verge of like grin, like cheek to cheek with his smileness.
Smirk.
That's vile.
Yeah, his smirk was like we don't know the condition, blah blah blah. He's like smirking. I'm like why don't you go out and say it? So it's like, oh, I'm so happy he got shot in the neck. Like,
I mean, who's the dummy that's saying someone mega fired off their gun? Did you hear that shit, Tucker?
That was MSNBC's crew.
Unbelievable.
Then it was a celebration, and somebody shot off their gun in the air for a celebration and hit his neck.
That's not a thing people do. Not
on college campuses.
It's not Ramadan.
Not on that wouldn't be on a liberal campus that people just raise their MAGA. And like we're not in the Wild West.
Yeah.
They do that in Ramadan when they do that walk, and then they all hold up their AKs and they shoot them up in the sky.
World country bullshit that don't care about like gun safety because.
But all right, so let's just talk about this real quick. A random firing in the air is not going to decisively and precisely hit its mark the way that did. Also, the round, the casing. I'm trying to not use the certain words that get flagged by YouTube.
Yeah.
Right. There's that's a horrible take. Right.
Yeah, that
just sounds ignorant.
That was ignorant. It was
not much thought into that comment.
Oh, it was very much thought. It was very intentional.
There was thought. They were trying to obfuscate.
It wasn't news or journalism.
Yeah.
It was a hot take opinion piece to justify one's own opinion. Right. Editorial.
Remember the Dallas shooting? The BLM sniper, and everyone wanted to change that. It's like, this was not about BLM. This was nothing to do with the Black Lives Matter movement. Blah 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 blah. I'm just like, it was at the march, a BLM march. a march against police violence,
Mhm.
and exclusively targeted cops. Oh, we
Yeah.
don't know. This was not 100% not politically motivated whatsoever. No. Just a lot of coincidences. And oh my goodness. And then obviously the freaking Trump shooter.
Yeah.
Like the one that didn't shot was the golf guy. I don't know too much about him, but the one who got freaking on the roof.
Mhm.
They
Did you see the
tried
vid-
they tried to be like, oh, he was actually a conservative. He was registered.
No.
Yeah,
Well, they got-
he probably registered to vote for freaking whoever that lady was running against Trump.
Yeah.
Guarantee he voted for her.
Well, did
I'm
you see the
pretty sure he
video?
was hired.
Yeah.
Did you see the videos? They show somebody running on the roof of this place in Utah. I don't know if
seen
they're
those.
fake or not, but they got videos of somebody
Well,
showing somebody up on the roof up there.
The FBI says they have the person in custody. They just, as far as
But
I
they let
haven't
that
seen-
person go. The old guy, the 60-year-old guy, they let him go. They said he
No.
wasn't involved. It's
They didn't let him go. He was clearly aiding and abetting. Even if he didn't know he was
Here's-
aiding and abetting. If you're gonna be like, I shot him, I did it. Guess what? You were taking away freaking active, precious time and resources
Yeah.
for cops. Because guess what? Cops are gonna be like, all right, we got the shooter in custody.
I
Yeah,
would
people
question-
stop looking when you hear that.
I would question the guy who he was interviewing because it sounded like what did it start? They started talking about transgenders and shootings, and he said something, and he says gang and something, and the guy said great, and then next thing, boom, he got shot. It was
that
like it was
definitely needs to be
coordinated. Coordinated. It was like how did somebody get shot right after they talk about mass shootings, and then the guy says great, boom,
agree.
it wasn't like a less second.
I mean,
I watched that 2 or 3 times, and I was like, dude, that guy had to conspiracize when he heard that word great. Boom, it was like right there.
yeah,
I'm gonna say right now, because of all the shit flying in the air, that correlation is not causation. But I hear what you're saying.
It is a little tinfoily, but I agree that that an interview. An interview might be okay to be interview that guy, even if you might not get anything. It might actually be something
there wasn't a lot of law enforcement there. There wasn't a lot of security there. It was set open. He was pretty much an open range.
At a college
there was
campus,
a big fan. There was a big fan group.
And here's the thing: yesterday, Trump went out and went to a restaurant, and you see those protesters at the restaurant. When he went by, these people just walked in the restaurant without being checked or anything, and they were less than 20, size of a restaurant across from Trump, and Trump walked up to him and said something, and we're a little iffy on the security on that too, because where's the security?
Yeah,
I mean,
Keep an eye on him.
the security of a president and the security of this guy on a college campus, when he kind of knows that it's going to be pretty open air, and honestly, even the free speech areas, there's like 1 or 2 campus security around. Like, it's not there. I mean, unless he thinks, and also
like Trump had counter snipers, and like he almost got nabbed.
Wait till he goes into Chicago. I think the shit's gonna hit the fan. I think there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of
honestly,
because there's people on YouTube saying, "Oh, we're gonna take out the military." I was like, I love to see that.
Right. I
do not want him to go to Chicago. Do not go to Chirac, Mr. President. Do not do it. Send an envoy, whoever that might be. Send someone who you.
Look at France right now. France looks like a third world country. They were showing some videos of that today. It is just there's lawlessness
because the borders are non-existent in France.
People running with machetes.
It's the European travel agreement with most of the countries. So they get into one European country with these, and guess what happens? They have the lot to pick. Going to Germany. Germany's just as bad as France. Going to Sweden. Sweden's Sweden. Oh my God, poor Sweden. They don't want any of that, but they were getting it.
Yeah.
You know.
And then they say, well, they raping the women, and they like, oh, this is our custom, so you got to accept it. No, you don't.
Yeah, it's like it's
I mean,
Fucking custom.
I
You
don't
language.
know. Again, because of YouTube and it's being
Rape?
really hot like now, let's just try to say
Well, it's
watch
like the
exactly
guy on
how
the
we
train.
say
yeah.
something.
Be
Yeah,
easy with
that-
easy
yeah.
with some of the
Custom.
language.
Yeah,
But
I
I
know.
I
will-
That's
mean-
where it slipped. Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. Yeah,
Well, this is like guy on the train. Those 2 or 3 people. I watched every. This is the thing. How is YouTube allowing those videos to stay up? I have never seen YouTube, man. You know, before you see just somebody just get hit a little bit, and they like, oh, we got to take that video, or you got the warning or something. They
It
just play them.
depends on
X
who it
and everything.
is, what it
Yeah.
is, the narrative.
Well,
some people
right?
get predictions, and
But-
some people get
Between that train one and the train scene and him getting there's like multiple angles. They got close up angle, and this is like any kid could walk up. Boom, there it is. There's no
I had a little
parental advisory,
PTSD
nothing.
trigger when I saw the thing, because I knew when I see a shot and someone like it was the exit wound. 100% was the exit wound, and I was just like, oh, I was like shaking. I was like, oh no, that was my
Also, I
first
just want to say
time
real
seeing
quick,
reaction.
thanks, K. Roberts, for letting us know about, apparently that Charlie did have a bit of a security team.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did. Unfortunately, it's like, how are you gonna secure like
A big open college campus? Because I remember, do you guys
Yeah.
remember? I think it was like in Austin years ago. There was the bell tower shooter, and even when they knew,
Are you talking about the
that-
ones in the 50s or the one like?
No, like in the one like last 10, 15 years.
Okay, yeah.
Right. But it was like they knew where he was, but hiding from him or getting to him because he had a great spot just took that much
Yeah.
longer.
The sniper, he had a sniper shot.
Right. And so it goes like there's like I said, there's things about college campuses that were designed to be pretty. They were designed to be peaceful, enjoyable. Like it's the center for where you live for 4 to 8 years, because college takes forever, and again, kids I mean don't really care about how much debt they're getting into until later, right? Anyway, enough about that. But there's just again, it's not a place that you want or expect or want to provoke violence, but it's also not protected in certain ways, right? There's sort of this like it's higher learning. We have this grand idea that I mean it's the same way that growing up after the Columbine, right? Nobody wanted to have metal detectors in their school and getting searched constantly, but at the same time, when you have even more of the internet and copycats, that what are you supposed to do, right?
I
don't have
mean,
an
that's
answer.
one thing that honestly, that's a perfect spot for an assassination, is at a college campus, in like in kind
No
of
gun
like
zones.
a corridor
gun-free
just
zones.
like that. No gun zone, but a lot of these no gun zones, they don't have metal detectors. And guess what? You guess what's not an irregular thing to have at a college? A book bag.
Well, he
Guess
was.
what?
Well,
You can
this,
hide in a book bag. A gun.
yeah, but this guy was 200 yards away. He was a long way, so
Oh yeah.
he
200 yards away.
200. That's a pretty good distance. I mean, it was sort of just like the Trump.
That's a good
thing.
shot. That is a good
Yeah,
shot.
If
I've
you're
shot.
hitting someone
I've,
Well, if you got the right scope and everything, and you got
no,
you're a good
I've
marksman.
shot at a. I worked at boot
Yeah.
camp and we fired 500 meters away.
Well, it's also the fact that you're in such a crowded area that you need you have to be good enough not to hit somebody else, right?
With iron sights, I could get pretty okay at 500. 200, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with a scope. Oh my god, that's easy mode.
Forget about it.
That's easy mode. You have a good like kind of an M4 rifle.
Nice
That'll do it just enough. Still phenomenal shot though. Holy smokes, this guy definitely was at the range for at least a month practicing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
He would have
Hey
had to
Sooner-
be, because that was
That was a kill shot, first shot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right, Sooner. This one does hit a little bit hard.
Honestly, I think he probably aimed center mass, but got a little high and got.
I mean, I don't want to like. I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I don't want to speculate more than the
No,
stuff of
but-
like because
The
it's weird
ballistic
because
rule.
you
Yeah.
don't. I don't know. It goes back to the whole like you talk about it too much and you talk about it
Oh,
too
yeah.
much, and then people sensationalize it, and somebody out there is going to be like, "That's how I want to go out." And
I want to say this. It wasn't he wasn't like American Sniper. He wasn't. This wasn't like a Navy SEAL sniper, or Green Beret,
Right.
Marine Corps Scout sniper guy. This was a good shot, and it's
Mhm.
I don't know what to say actually, because his exit route, he planned it ahead of time. He knew where Charlie Kirk was gonna be.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was gonna be under the tent and all that stuff, and it's
Yeah.
just, it's
And that's the thing. Another thing about the free speech areas of a campus, you kind of know what it is. You kind of know what it looks like. You have, well, like I said,
Yeah, you have
there's
your
certain
turning
aspects. Mhm.
advertise it, and
Well, of course
they
you
did a
wanna
good job
advertise it.
advertising, because look at the crowd. The crowd was amazing. Everyone was
And-
cheering. They're like, "Yay, Charlie! Charlie's throwing hats into the crowd."
Well, and the thing is up until the sound, the whole thing was going well. The whole thing was discourse. The whole thing was, I don't know. Like do I want him to become a martyr? I don't know, but I feel like the fact that what he was doing and what he got don't add up, right?
Honestly,
There's
nobody
a-
really wanted him
No,
to be a martyr.
I think there's
Nobody-
something deeper behind this punk waddle. A nefarious, and not to mention this, what they did. If this is linked to anything, what they're going to cause for midterms, the Democrats could be having a rude awakening this midterm election from this
Oh, yeah.
behavior
Yeah.
right
Oh, yeah.
here.
Between
Because if
that-
he gets any kind of supermajority in both houses, he is going to ram the rest of his agenda through in the next after that. The next
Yeah.
18 months will be cruise control for him. He'll just
Well-
be able to sit back and play golf at Mar-a-Lago.
I mean, it's also the fact that people are wondering like who is the guy behind the sites, right? Is there a manifesto? Is there something like what happened a few weeks ago? Is this one of the is this somebody that's been pumped so full of drugs, that they can't even think straight?
They
you
had
know?
they had the old guy they arrested, but that guy was not the guy.
Mhm.
Let's see. Oh, I saw this. I saw this just a little bit before the show. I saw. Here, let me get this. Let me embiggen this. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
This is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
Right there.
We are celebrating 250 years of the founding of this great nation.
Yep.
That founding document, the Declaration of Independence, that this great experiment on which we embarked together 250 years ago, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. The first one of those is life.
Liberty,
Today-
pursuit of happiness. Yeah.
Amen.
A life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to two young children.
Boy and a girl.
He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Charlie believed in the power of free speech and debate to shape ideas and to persuade people. Historically, our university campuses in this nation and here in the state of Utah have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated. And that's what he does. He comes on college campuses and he debates.
Yep.
That is foundational to the formation of our country, to our most basic constitutional rights. And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals, then that very constitutional foundation is threatened. Now, we have a person of interest in custody. The investigation is ongoing. But I want to make it crystal clear right now, to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah.
Thank God.
Amen.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, I haven't heard that they caught the individual yet. I've heard rumors, but I haven't actually seen any solidifying. I have been streaming for the last hour, so maybe that might have changed. But the task was one shot and then boogie out. That's what I would expect. If I was a secret ninja assassin guy, that's essentially what the only way I would want to escape a terrible event is to have an exit plan like super available. And
Well, and again,
and then you're gonna have to check everyone's backpack, and everyone's fleeing and scurrying. It's panic, and because there's a shooter, so
I
people
will
are running,
say this though,
not from the law, but from a shooter. So.
right? But I will say this, like, as opposed to the Vegas thing that happened 7-8 years ago, or certain things where there's an active shooter and they kind of eventually get law enforcement shows up and they have their standoff, and like I was saying with the one, and thanks for that commentary, K. Roberts, about the Austin bell tower shooter. But there's something about, there's a lot of them that go in to be a martyr, like the one that charged the military base through the barricades, and right, so they're trying to cause a scene, right? Their exit strategy is, it goes as far as it goes. But this, right, like I said, this was a
in the war on terror, there's been many of those.
This seems like they weren't trying to go down with the ship. They were trying to do something and keep living.
That's why there was only one shot.
Well, that's exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie did go down right away, but would he have taken another shot if Charlie didn't go down? I don't know. Probably not, but it's just.
I mean, that's the
video,
thing. Like,
the video is really rough, and I will not show it here.
Even like at the right, and I appreciate that, but like even at the Trump rally, almost a year ago now, right? We had, or was it a year ago? But we had the
just about a year ago, yeah.
Over a year.
July something.
Multiple, okay,
13th.
so over a year, but like you had multiple shots, right? So one shot is like, okay, what happened? But if there's multiple shots, then you start zeroing, and then you have time to really focus on trying to figure out where it came from. But the first one, that's disorienting, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well,
we had a lot of Secret Service there, though.
Yeah, it was a good thing the Secret Service there, because he got, I think it was 3 shots off.
Right.
He definitely could have fired at least 10 more.
That lady that ran the Secret Service.
If he had a magazine with 15 in it, you definitely could have just unloaded onto just the podium.
Right, but
and then many more instead of the poor fireman who passed away.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying, like, in today's incident, just like I said, one is only one.
Oh yeah,
is going to keep it a little bit more difficult to triangulate.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you see the Democrats in the Senate or the Congress? They were when Johnson was trying to do a moment of silence, they were yelling and screaming, and
It was hard.
no,
Dude,
despicable. This is the death knell of the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
If he goes into Chicago and cleans that cesspool up, they're done. They're done, because after this and that thing in North Carolina,
they're done now. After
they're
today,
done. Because they got their mayor saying, "Oh, that guy was he's a good guy," and all that. I'm like, dude, that's the problem right there. They're allowing criminals and then act like they're heroes. So to me, I think they're done after this.
Chicago's been Democratic since forever,
but
since the Prohibition times. My goodness.
Yeah, but if he cleans it up, they are done, because he's going to prove it that the Democratic Party is all about criminals and keeping the criminals safe. So that's just why I look at it.
It's weird. It's like causation and correlation. I'm trying to dissimulate why is it that all these crazy big cities always run Democrats? Not always, but mostly they do. It's like,
well, there's certain cities and certain regions definitely do, because well, I mean, it's kind of like let's face it, when you go back to the map of the US, back in November, you see a lot of the coastal blue, the big liberal shore cities. Maybe it's something in the seafood, I don't know. But the rural America, right? The medium towns, smaller towns, the people that aren't caught up in the big city lifestyle that, are the backbone of America, which Trump definitely appealed to in a lot of ways, not just the border down here in Texas.
The places that feed the big
rural
cities.
Right. And like I said, the functioning, the ones that still work in the U.S. and aren't being outsourced to another country.
I mean,
all right.
There's a saying, corn don't grow on concrete.
No, exactly. I mean, so those people are the ones that still got to be in tune with.
We'll see when they get that mail-in voting gone, and everybody has to have an ID
paper
to vote.
ballot.
We'll see how it changes then. We'll see how it changes.
Wait for midterms. It's supposed to be in place by midterms. All that stuff.
This one thing
I might drive to the gym today. I was listening to some political stuff, and people were worried. Not say people. I mean, certain groups of political pundits and whatnot. They were worried about ICE showing up at voting places, and it's like, why would they? Why should that be a cause of worry? Why would illegals vote? They're not allowed to.
Right.
Because the
Democrat. So why should anybody be worried about that? If the ICE is there.
Democrat needs their votes.
Yeah.
I thought we want legal and due process, right?
Yeah. It's like there are no illegal votes. Yeah, it's
just
okay. Cool.
Any way to cheat, right?
You say something and somebody asks you to back up with receipts, and you've got nothing to hide. I mean,
you're racist. You're racist. Yeah. That's a consumer. Nope.
Well, I mean, there's. I'll just say Stalin always said, there's two ways to make sure your victory in politics. If you can't control the people who vote, you must control the people who count the vote. And
exactly.
Yeah, that was literally a thing Stalin said. But
Saul Alinsky wrote stuff about that. They all wrote about how the control of population through the youth, messing with the kids' minds.
Yeah. Which is why he was there talking to kids in the first place, to challenge those beliefs, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. To start a dialogue, to let them understand that there is another way, that there's possibilities.
There's other sides to the conversation.
Exactly.
And again, causation does, correlation does not correlation is not causation on, I mean, depending on either side you look at it, right? Like I had friends that were, worried when Trump got voted out of office, how they thought that was going to be like some sort of terrible, like he wouldn't step down sort of escalation. I was like, well, that's silly, because he's still the president and he still actually respects the country and the laws. So I don't know where you got that hogwash, right?
I mean, they've been asking him, like, are you going to run for president? back in the 90s. My goodness, I was just a baby boy, and they were
Yeah.
asking him that. Like,
Well, again, I don't think he's the most conservative president ever, but I also
No.
think that
Moderate.
the left
He's
is
always been a moderate.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, let me finish my damn statement. But like,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
it's fine. But like the left, as we've said so many times before, the left has gone so far left that somebody who used to, like, let's just say like the '90s, the the era of Slick Willie, right? That kind of Democrat is now seen as somebody just outrageous and trying to defy the party line, which is absurd because if you look at sound bites from old Slick Willie in the '90s versus things that are said now, they're not terribly far different. But because it's who's saying them, and because whose side you're supposed to be on,
Yeah.
all of a sudden these are awful, awful things. And
Honestly,
And how?
it's my God.
30 years later, and we've turned up on our heads.
Like like looking back at Bill Clinton, like he had terrible trade policies that he enacted, and
NAFTA.
global security. Well, let's just say a little thing happened after that that he didn't help. It kind of blindsided poor Bush, and I say poor Bush because that was the only thing I actually felt bad about Bush. After that, it was kind of, yeah. It's like I raised my hand to help out my military, brothers and sisters, but let's just say it was his war. Even though he wasn't the president when I was around, it was Obama. But still, it was his war that was continued on until Trump tried to like break it down a little bit, and then like there's a reason why Trump didn't like pull out all the forces right away, because that's not how you do it. And then
leave him abandoned.
Yeah, and then freaking shit for brains. I don't call his name. He's not a president in my book. Like pulled it out right away, and it was like saying like this is not going to be like the fall of Saigon. And then, like literally the next week, it was worse than the fall of Saigon.
Left people stranded there.
Left people stranded. Like terrorist attacks happening at gates that killed 13 Marines as he's yawning, looking at his watch.
Abbey Gate.
Oh my goodness! I'm just like, why?
I
And
don't
what's
know.
bad? 9/11's tomorrow. What do we got to work for tomorrow?
Yeah, 9/11.
You know, some of them people from Iran probably's got something planned. I mean, it's been
maybe, but
wouldn't doubt it. Who knows?
You know who doesn't sleep?
Who?
The PFC on duty right now, on duty watch. If you're watching, don't sleep. Just grab another Red Bull. You'll be okay, buddy.
Well, like I said, and like I said, I don't want to put it in the tinfoil hat. It's an interesting time of year, and today's tensions don't help anything. And if there is something, planned, I don't know. It's not a great place to be in. So I kind of hope people can kind of just take a step back and not just run amok and just feed off the tension in ways that's just going to make things worse and reactive like they always do.
That's true. Yeah. I hope our leaders in the military at the War Department. Oh, it's fun to say that now. They do their job and keep us safe. And it's sad, but our oath is for foreign and domestic. But our oath can only reach so far. So everyone out there, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, watch each other's back, be each other's guardian angel.
Say something.
And I mean that in the Christian sense and in the Marine Corps sense. Guardian angel is pretty much the guy who does Overwatch, and be vigilant and watch over your loved ones and good friends, because there are some psycho evil people, especially on freaking TikTok and Twitter, and those people sometimes sometimes those people take trains. Yes, that's true.
Mhm.
Planes and
Because
automobiles.
I know.
I hope they don't drive. I'm just gonna say that. I hope those psychos
Yeah.
don't actually drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know y'all fixing to go to Snows here in a minute, but one
Oh, yeah,
question.
definitely.
This goes off to the train incident.
Oh,
If you watch
yeah,
that video, there's 2 or 3 people watch this lady get stabbed to death.
Oh, you're
I mean,
disgusted
the
about
black-
that. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
How could
Yeah.
there's no way, and then watch the guy walk around and say, "I killed this white woman," and I ain't gonna, and
Yeah.
I if I
No
could
one's
not
trying
do-
to help her. No one's trying
Nobody
to help
helped her.
her. No one's trying to.
I'm not saying I would have took the guy out, but I
Yeah.
would at least have rammed his head through one of them glass windows and
Yeah, I would-
and
I
broke
would
his
have
damn arm
tried.
till the cop got there.
I would have been like, "Are you okay? Let me see. Oh my God, you're bleeding like crazy. I'm gonna stop the bleeding. Okay, I don't care that you don't speak English. Just calm down, breathe with me.
Mhm.
Stop the bleeding. Treat for
Yeah.
shock. Call medical services."
I would have took the guy out. I would have knocked him. I would have tried to knocked him out.
Yeah, and if you and me were on the train, she may have lived. May.
Yeah.
Well,
But
Apparently, we
you know,
can't
it
be.
might-
Unfortunately, we can't be everywhere. All
I
the
just
time.
those
we
people
can't be
sit there
everywhere.
and they're like this. That one lady's like,
Yeah,
like not looking away on her phone.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Another a white guy walks over and I'm like,
And the-
what is going on? This
Yeah. The one guy is just like walking away, and I'm just like, she just got stabbed. Are you gonna help her? And the other lady is just like, not my business, not today.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
gonna-
just think about it now.
But-
Like, just think about like how bad the Karen got from the baseball game that we were going to talk about. But then
Oh,
now you've got these people on the bus that are just blasted all over.
Yeah,
all over.
But you know why
social-
they didn't? Because of that guy, on the subway, that guy with the machete or something was going
Right.
to attack those people. It was like a year or two ago. And
Yeah,
he
Daniel
beat the
Penny
hell out of the
checked out-
guy. And then they tried to put the guy, New York City, one for liberal,
Yeah.
tried to put the guy in jail for murder or
Yeah.
something. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's why people don't want, because they say if I go and help, then I'm going to be the.
I hope that he actually sues the state of New York or the city of New York.
Damn right.
For that, because let's be honest, he should have been called a hero instead
Darn
of
right.
Got a
like,
medal.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I would have gave him a key to the city if I was the mayor. But let's be honest, the mayor of New York is not going to do that because
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, we need more snake slipskins than we can afford.
we
Mhm.
do.
Well, the mayor of Charlotte said this guy was he was misunderstood, and
Mental
Black
health.
Lives Matter says that they have the right to attack people because they've been mistreated in the past.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
No,
what
I
this thing
agree.
was
I
about.
agree. The guy
outta
was-
here.
That's
Yeah,
what they
the
said
guy-
today about that.
Yeah, the guy did suffer from mental health and all that.
Right.
But
And
you know what
never
you
been
don't
released.
do? You don't release him to the public.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
said his
there's-
brother the same way. They had a brother has been the same way, and they've been released 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
well,
Mhm.
guess what, Mom? You did a terrible job. Sorry, but
Mm-hmm.
not sorry. You're a terrible mom.
well, yeah.
I would say
anyway.
terrible father too, but I'm just gonna leave that community alone about that joke. But
Right.
Yeah.
And well, again, there's things that need to be addressed, but not in the parasocial network, not in the hashtag realm, in the actual back when we had the DSM and we actually talked about things that were issues and mental health issues that we tried to figure out how to help, not just say, oh well, we're just going to pass you along and treat you and not deal with the actual issue. We're just going to treat the symptoms and say you're all better now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're the victim, not the problem. Mm-hmm.
That's why we wanted, they needed hashtag relatable villains like Cruella de Vil.
Oh, Willis lost.
Well,
So he already jumped.
well, I'm here.
I don't know. We got tuck and rolled.
What?
We get tuck and rolled.
someone called me a
Yeah.
Muppet. Is that why we said Muppet
tuck-
too much?
They tuck and
Oh.
rolled us.
Who
Oh,
said Muppet?
I don't know. It did a hiccup. It did a hiccup, which is not bad. We did like an hour and a half almost.
Yep.
We're still live though.
Yeah, we still are live.
Are we going? Are we going to Snows?
Probably roll over to
Yeah,
Snows.
yeah, we're probably gonna roll out with Snowdub, but
that was a good
Good live. Good live.
That we've
yeah.
we've had a good
Thanks
conversation.
for telling. Thanks everyone for this.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, Chad.
Subscribe, guys. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Give this
and
man,
like.
give this man a subscription right here, guys. Come
That'd
on.
be great. That'd be
Throw
great.
it up there.
Snacks and friends.
Snacks and friends, guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but yeah, just be careful, be kind to everyone, protect each other.
Punk water.
Yep. You don't want anyone crazy on the
And
train or maybe at like a convention or something like that. You got to be careful because you remember what happened to Gator.
Oh, what happened, Freddy? Gator, what happened? Gator, wake up! Wake up, Gator! Oh, buddy, this is the end of the con. We gotta go home. Gator, wake up, man!